Right. Okay. So let me go back to the server. Okay. It was disconnected. Okay. Right. Okay. So if I want to change the database context, okay, from one database to another database, using GUI, you can simply select the drop down option. Sometimes you will have 100 databases. Okay. Now we have 4 5 databases only. You can change it easily. Sometimes you'll have 100 databases. Okay. You cannot go like you cannot scroll and all up and down. So it's difficult. Sometimes the database names also will be similar. I mean to say small change will be there. So you'll be confused if you are using GUI and all. Better you can just habituate to use, okay, this command, use particular database name, and you can see the suggestion also. You can simply select that particular database, so it will be helpful for you. And even sometimes developers will give you some scripts, they will ask you to execute. Generally, as I said last time, we don't create any tables, guys. In the organization we'll never get chance to create the tables. 99% is rarely. Sometimes developers will ask you to execute the scripts. So while executing the scripts, their script starts with this line, use database name. Their script starts with this line. So use database name means whatever database it is selected, it's okay, no problem, but I'll change the database context. So the scripts generally it will starts with this line, use database name, all text. Okay, so in this we can able to change the database context, guys. Okay, so now again I want to change it back to a to B database. Okay, A to B, right, all text. Fine. Now it was changed to A to B. Now I want to create table inside the A to B, guys. So as you know that what is meant by table, guys? What is a table?
Okay.
Collection of,
Rows and columns. Rows
right,
and columns.
collection of related data entries and collection of rows and columns, right? So of course rows means records. In the beginning of the sessions we discussed this one, so that when you are like inserting some data you will get the records. So now what you can do is, right, we'll create the column. First of all I should have a structure, right, where I can insert the data. If I don't have structure, where I can insert the data? So first let's create the structure of the table. Okay, I mean columns. So we'll create a simple orders table. Okay, for the A to B. For the A to B, we'll create simple orders table. So orders table generally will include order ID, order name, item name. I mean to say item name, customer name, address, price kind of thing. Okay, so let's create a sample table, guys. So I want to create the table, right? So what I can do? Create. Okay, I want to create the table. Create. What I want to create? I want to create a table. Table. Create table. Table name orders. Okay. Create table. Table name orders. Whenever you are creating a table, you will give columns, right? In the Excel also. Generally in the Excel also, when you are creating a table, you will give columns, right? Here also you have to do the same thing. So first column is order ID. Order ID. Space. Now generally for every column, remember the format, what kind of data you are going to insert into this column is very important, guys. What kind of data you are going to insert into this particular column? For example, you are buying something, you are buying milk. Okay, okay, or you are buying some oil. So there will be units, right? You are buying a rice, you are buying something like atta, whatever it is. When you are buying something, the food related things and all, you can see there is a unit, kg or dozen or whatever it is. Okay, half kg. So units will be there. In the same way, here for every column you have to give that particular data type. So what kind of data it should accept in this particular column? Okay, so that is your data type. Type of data that is going to be used for this particular column, or to measure this particular column, you can say like that. So order ID, generally what type of data, guys? We have different data types. Okay, in every SQL language, we'll have different data types. We have integer, we have character, we have varchar, binary, var binary, varchar max, text, and text, date, time, location, money, float, double. These are all different types of data types. Depends upon my requirement, we are going to choose particular data type. If it is an order ID kind of thing, we'll give maybe integer. Integer means numbers. Character means, for example, order or customer name. Customer name doesn't include any numbers, right? Generally, characters or varchar you can give. If it is a price, price means what? Which data type it will accept? Money or float, whatever it is. Say you can just discuss. We can have this particular data type for that particular column. So order ID generally will have integer. So type integer. This is first column. I just completed. Now next column. Order ID. Okay. Customer name space. What it should accept in the customer name, guys? What it should accept? Characters, right? So in the character,
Varchar.
yeah, in the character data types we have two types, char, varchar. So varchar means we can, for example, I'm giving 100 here. My name is Shanmukh. Okay, Shanmukh. How many characters? 8. So I'm using out of 100, I'm using 8. So I'm going to save remaining 94 characters. So for that purpose, we'll use var We can use char also. If you give char of 100, if you give Shanmukh, even though it is using only 8, but it will fix that size of 100. So you are going to waste the storage. So if you use var you are going to save it. Okay. Customer name varchar of 100 comma item name. Okay, again same varchar of 100. Any names kind of thing, okay, generally we'll use varchar, guys. Now price, money. Okay, so I'm just creating a table with 4 columns. One is order ID, second one is customer name, third one is item name, fourth one is price. What is the price of that particular item? Right now, I want to execute this query. Okay, so what I have to do, guys, before executing? Select this by just keeping your cursor. The whole line will be selected. Now, what I have to do? What I have to do now before executing?
Insert
Pass.
value.
Parse it. Very good. I want to see whether this is correct or not. Yes, it is saying command completed successfully. No issues. Next, what I have to do? Next.
And then
Let's
use
execute.
yourself.
Next. Sorry.
Execute.
Execute.
We
Before executing, what I have to check?
can use pass.
Yeah, that is the.
Select Inserting values. Statement.
Sorry.
Shanmukh, connect to correct DB.
I have to check the database name. Okay, this is very important. As I said just now, we discussed it, right, on which database you are executing this command. On which database you are executing this command, that is very important. So suddenly if I change the database context from ATB to Haldirams, okay, the same kind of table also will be there in the Haldirams. All are like sweet shops kind of thing only, sweet kind of business only. A to B is a restaurant, chain of restaurants, Haldirams, chain of restaurants, Kanti Sweets, chain of restaurant. So there is a chance of similar kind of tables will be there in every database. So whenever I'm executing a query, two things you have to remember. One is first parse it. Second one is check on which database you're executing. Then finally you have to execute. I'll use alt X. Now the table is created, guys. Now what happened? The table is created. Now if you see here, create table orders and order ID integer, customer name, varchar of 100, item name, and varchar of 100, and price, money. So now I want to see this table. How can I see this table, guys? Or how can I read this table? How can I read this table?
Select statement.
Sorry,
Describe.
just
Select statement.
Use select statement.
okay. I can use select statement. So what is the command for that? Command for that?
Select
Select.
star from orders. Select orders.
Very good. Select star from. Star means star represents all the columns. Select star from what? Okay, from table. What is the table name? orders. Okay, select star from orders. Now I want to execute this query. Can I execute this query? Sorry. Can I execute this query, guys? Select the query, parse it, then parse it.
Check the
Okay.
database.
So I can execute this query, right?
Yes,
Check
Shanmugh.
for the database.
Okay, very good. Yes. Who said yes? What is the error now?
Use the database name. You can use the
Database not
name.
selected. Haldiram.
Database name dot table name.
Very good. Okay.
Space,
So now
space, select start from space.
Yeah. Okay, this is where we have space, right? Here you can see space.
Here star.
Yeah, star from no need of
Star
space.
from.
Okay. For your satisfaction, I'll give
Uh,
space. Okay.
Shanmugh, table is created in A to B database,
A
but
to B, not Haldiram. Yes.
Haldiram is connected right now.
Who is saying star space? Who is that? Sudhira. So first and foremost thing, that's what we discussed, right? Before discussing these objects and all. Always you have to keep an eye on the database. I created this table in the A to B, but I am searching in the Haldirams. How can I get it? You just created a table in one database and you are searching in another database. How you can get it? It's not possible, right? So you have to open that particular database only. From there only, as you created the table in a particular database A to B, so you have to check that particular table in your A to B database only. Okay. So here what I have to do, either I can run this query or I can simply change the context and I can execute. So it's
Or
not
can use the
mandatory.
database name dot table
That
name.
also we can use. That also we can use. Okay. I'll tell you. Okay, I can execute. So there is no difference, okay, in giving space or if there is no space between star and from, okay, both are same. You can see I'm executing the same output. You can see. See now you can see there are 4 columns: order ID, customer name, item name, and price. Okay. So in this way you can able to create the table. In this way you can able to read the table. Now let's insert some values inside this table, guys. Okay, to insert values, generally what query we will use? Insert query. See, T-SQL is also same like a normal English language, guys. Just the format will be different, little different. That's it. Insert. What you want to insert? Insert into where you want to insert a table. Table name. What is your table name? Orders. What you want to insert? I want to insert values. Okay, insert into table name values, open the braces. Okay, now maybe something like this. My order ID starts with 100. Okay, 100. You can just give one also, no issues. Okay, comma. Remember, whenever you are giving a character type of data, always you have to use string. Okay, single quotes. Always you have to give this single quotes. Customer name, character type of data. Item name, character type of data. You have to always use strings, guys. Okay, single quote. So now maybe I can just go with this, maybe like this. Let's go like this with our students' names. Okay, Bhagya, and then single quotes. Just close that one, comma. Maybe something like this, Laddu. Okay, so just close this one and comma price, maybe something like this, 1,000 rupees, and close the braces. Okay, you just open, right? Immediately have to close it. This is one record. Okay, guys, you created a table with 4 columns, so you have to give all the 4 inputs: customer ID, customer name, item name, and your particular price of that particular item. So now you have to execute this. Okay, select the line, parse it, execute it. Now one row is affected. Now I want to see whether it's inserted or not. Select the line, execute it. Now you can see here one row is inserted, right? So like that you can select this, Control C, and just hit enter, Control V, Control V, Control Z, enter, Control V, enter, Control V, enter, Control V. Okay. Now I'll change this 101, 102, 103, 104. Okay. So now I'll change this customer name to Ashok. Okay, Ashok. And then maybe just tell me one sweet name. Any sweet name, guys?
Rasulullah.
Rasgulla. Morning, morning, Rasgulla. Okay, 1100. Okay, fine. So third one, maybe let's go with Chanakya. Okay, Mysore Pak. Maybe 1200. Let's go with Gauri. Okay, maybe let's go with what other sweets we have, guys?
Kaju. Kaju
Kaju,
Katli.
Barfi. Okay, something like 1300. And the next one is Jay Shri. Okay, Jay Shri. And again, we'll go with the,
Kaju
what is that?
Peda.
Kati.
Peda. Okay, Peda. Okay, fine. 1500. Okay. So like this, I can insert the records, but just to insert, just to show you how the inserts and all will happen, generally we don't do like this. Okay. As I said, when you place the order from the application, automatically your action will create the business logic. That business logic will create the insert statement. Okay. Then automatically it will be inserted into the respective tables, guys. So now I'm inserting this record. Can I insert Bhagya again? Guess it. Just guess it. Can I insert Bhagya again?
Yes.
No.
Yes, we
Yes.
can insert. If it is constant there, we cannot, but it is.
Okay. So we can use the same record again. Okay. See, now we don't have any conditions and all. Okay. We just created the table. So if you create some constraints or conditions like primary key and all, you can still insert Bhagya, but the order ID shouldn't be same. Okay. If you create a primary key on the order ID column, okay, order ID should be different, but Bhagya can place another order, right? You cannot block Bhagya to place orders. She can place multiple orders. So we cannot say no. We can say yes. I can insert Bhagya record again, no issues. But order ID should be different. Not now. I mean to say we don't have any conditions. Now blindly you can go and execute n number of times. No one will block you. Even sequencer will not block you. We don't have any conditions or constraints and all. Next time, I mean to say, you should know this constraint primary key. So Bhagya still can place orders, but the order ID will be always different, right? Every time, because using that order ID only I can track it. Where is the order? Whether it is in process, whether it is in packing, whether it is in shipping, whether it is in delivered, whether it is in pending, whether it is in cancelled. So I should know the status of each order ID, right? So using that order ID only. So it shouldn't be duplicated, remaining all values. Now we didn't create any constraints. Now we can happily execute Bhagya record again. But next time when we create, generally in the real time, what they will do is they will add one constraint called primary key. So it will block the same order ID. It don't allow you to repeat the values again. Okay, duplicates it don't allow. So again the order ID will be different next time, and automatically Bhagya can place the order with a different order ID. Okay, I'm just executing all text. So now 4 rows are affected. Now how many records will be there in my table, guys? Now how many records will be there? These are very basics again. Okay, so I hope already people are working, few people are working, so maybe it will be boring for you. Please bear with me, okay, for some time. Right, you can see 5 records, guys. Okay, order ID, customer name, item name, price. We have like Bhagya, Ashok, Chanakya, Gauri, Jayashri. Okay, so we have all these orders, right? So now maybe let's do some kind of, okay, filtering and all. Let's go with some filtering. So if I want to read all the columns, I can use select star from table name. Select star from table name. Okay, the table name is orders. Right, all text. Okay, now I don't want to read all the columns, guys. I want to read a specific column. I want to read a specific column. How can I do that? Same, read means always select statement only. Select
The condition.
which column
Filter.
you want to read. Okay, you can just mention about that particular column. Okay, Maybe you want to read customer name, okay, customer name, or else for simple thing, okay, instead of typing manually, just give the table name first, okay, from right. Now you just type, give the space, and now you type cust. Automatically you will get the customer name, guys. Okay, see here, it is going to be populated. So now you want to just read a single column, you can simply give the particular column name, select customer name from order. So it will just pull the customer name. That doesn't mean it is going to delete the other columns. Okay, it will create a temporary table. It will create a temporary table. Okay, remember one thing. It will create a temporary table in the temp DB. So from that temp DB, you're actually getting the results. The same thing like when you order something in your maybe Azio, okay, in the Flipkart or Amazon, you will order something, right? While ordering, maybe you will filter, right? Filter means as per your condition, it will just filter it. It is not going to delete the objects, right? It is going to filtering. This is called filtering. It will simply filter. So again, the same table will be existed. Okay, if you see here, if you run this statement, you can see all the columns. If you run this statement, you can see a single column. That means what? It is also a table. Somewhere it should be created. So based on your requirements, based on your queries, it will create the table temporarily in the temp database, the system DB. If you see here, the temp DB. Of course, the next topic will be system databases only. In this way, it is going to manage. So now you want to maybe read two columns, customer name, comma, maybe item name. Okay, item name. Select like this. Okay, from table name. Now this time you can see these two columns. Now you want to read three columns. Again, just keep adding what and all columns you want. Just keep adding the same thing. Okay, customer name, item name, price. Because sometimes developers will write the logic like this, will write the scripts like this. Okay, so you can see here again three columns, right? So you want to read all the columns. Again, we have star. When you use star, it will pull all the columns. Automatically, all the columns means all the records. So this is how the star will be used, guys, and this is how you can filter the columns. Now if you want to filter the records, you can do that. Okay, you can, for filtering the columns, you can simply mention the column names in the particular statement, whereas to filter the records, we have one class called where class. Select star. I want all the details from orders. Okay, where I can filter based on the condition, any condition it can be. Okay, where order ID more than 2, or where customer name is equal to Bhagya, or where item name is equal to Mysore Pak, or where price greater than, whatever. On every column you can apply this where condition. Depends upon your requirement. Your requirement is different, my requirement is different. So when we are filtering the data, when we are reading the table, so I can read it as per my condition, you can read it as per your condition and your job role. So I can filter it. So where maybe like this, where customer name, okay, you will get it automatically, is equal to maybe like this. Okay, let's go with Chanakya. Chanakya, as it is a name, you have to put in single quotes. Okay, so now I can see what Chanakya ordered, what is his order ID and all, what is the price and all I can see. So like this, where is very, very important. Even in our DB queries also, we'll use where queries, guys. Where class generally in our DB queries also, to see the sessions, processes, to see the database names. Okay. Generally we'll use sometimes where condition, where class. Okay. So you should be aware of it. So what and all the condition, based on the condition, you can simply mention the where condition or where class, and you can just simply add your condition. It can be customer name, it can be item name, it can be something like this, price. Okay, item name is equal to maybe something like this. Okay, like I'm just adding Kova. So do we have any record with Kova? Do you have any record,
No.
guys? No, we can see like this. Okay, we don't have any record, right? We don't have any record. So this is how you can able to manage the particular where condition, guys. Now say for example, now just use your chart option. Now I want to see all the records, okay, where the price is greater than 1200, guys. Just type a select query to see all the records where the item price is greater than 1200. What is the command? Just type in the chart. You got my question right? I want to see all the records where the price is greater than 1200. Even I gave you the output. Just type a command, guys. For that, what command I have to use to see all the records where the cost is greater than 1200.
Select a star from orders where price is greater than 100.
Okay. Right, okay. Very good, guys. Lena, select star from orders where price greater than 1200. Ashok, okay, 1200. Okay, Ravindra, select star from orders where price greater than 1200. Select star from orders, okay. Select star from orders where item name greater than 1200. Okay. Shweta, Omkar, select star from orders where price greater than 1200. Ashok, where price greater than 1200. Star from orders where price greater than 1200. Select star from orders where price greater than is equal to 1200. Very good, Asama. Sai Sri, select star from orders where price greater than or equal to 1200. Where price greater than 1200. Select star from orders where price. Okay. Subhash. Good. Bhagya. Okay. Where cost. Okay. Good, guys.
I use the cost.
Nagesh. Okay. Good. Fine. Okay. So sometimes I can see that people are using greater than spelling like instead of symbol. Okay. Select star from orders. Okay. Orders. Where first of all you have to remember the column name. And some people I can see people are using cost. We don't have any column with cost. Okay. If you just mention the
Yeah, yeah.
cost, it will be failed.
I didn't price.
Okay, so the column name is price. Okay, select star from orders where price. Okay, price. If you want to pull including 1200, you can just give greater than equal to 1200. Okay, right? So you can just select, you can just parse it, and you can just execute this one. Okay, parse it and then execute. See, there are three items or orders, okay, where price greater than or equal to 1200. We have Chanakya, Gauri and Jayashree. Orders are like the price is greater than 1200. So in this way you can able to mention, guys. In this way you can able to mention to see the data if it is like condition, based on the condition. Okay, some people like they mentioned maybe greater than, they just typed that particular greater than, and few people they mentioned like price. Ravendra, you just mentioned like this. Okay, I got it. Okay, so you just mentioned like this. Remember one thing, column names no need to represent like this. Okay, column names no need to represent like this. So in general, see what it is saying. Conversion failed when converting the varchar price to data type integer. So if it is a value, you have to mention in the particular quotes. If it is a column name, no need to mention like this. Are you getting the point, Ravindra? So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
the column name generally you can simply give price. No need to, as Shanmukh said, whatever characters are there, I have to keep it. That is only for values, not for the column names. Clear? So you cannot just give like this. So it will be failed, guys. Okay. So in this way you can able
Okay, sir.
to, yeah, able to pull the data. Right. So now if I want to see all the records, how many records are there in this table? How can I see that, guys? If I want to see number of records in this table, how can I see that one?
Count,
Count
Very
by
good.
star.
Very good.
count.
I can use count.
Count.
And what is the other way we have? What is the other way we have, guys?
Other way,
Any other way we have? Okay, select count, select. Generally, when you run select statement, okay, automatically it will run. You can see number
star.
of records here. First thing. So, but the challenge is just to see the number of records. If you run select statement, if imagine if you are having 1 million records,
The
or
description.
no, if you have 1 million records, or imagine 10 million records, so it's not a good way of again, okay, running this statement just to see the number of records here. You can see number of records are rows, both are same. Okay, so I just want to see only the count. So in GUI way also we can do that. In query way also you can do that. So what is the command for that? Select count,
Count star.
count.
Star in brackets.
Okay, star. I mean to say, let's try like this. Orders table name. Okay, are we going to get it?
Can you use the star? Star.
Okay, so
Star.
like this you can just mention. So now you can see select count star of orders. Why we have only one? It is showing. What is our table name? Orders only, right?
Not permitted.
Shanmukh, I think you have to use the from before the orders.
Yeah. From orders.
Very good. Okay. So now if you see here, yeah, good. So select count star of from orders table name. So you can see here 5. Okay. So in this way you can able to pull. This is one way. And the second way we have GUI also. In the GUI, how to do that? Go to your table properties, and then there is a page called storage. Okay, storage, you see here row count. Okay, so this is also one of the option, okay, to see the number of records. So like this we can able to see the records, number of records inside the particular table, either using GUI. Okay, so count star from table name you can use, or else you can also use this particular option GUI row count. You have to go to the table properties, and then you can just go to the storage section. There you can see how much size of this particular, okay, table and all. And of course you can also see the row count, how many records are there in this particular table. We can also see using this option. And you can also see in the general page, when the table is created also you can see here. Okay, when the table is created you can see here. So as per this server time, okay, this is your US time, right? So 11/1/2025, 7:31 p.m. We just created this table, okay, 7:06 p.m. of 1st November. Okay, as per this server time means almost 25 minutes back, like that we just created. So in this way you can able to read the data, guys. We can able to create the objects, we can able to insert the values, you can able to read the data using select query, you can able to maybe you can see the count of the records using the count, and you can able to filter the records using the where class, and you can able to delete the records also. For example, if you want to delete any record, okay, so you can use the delete statement, delete from table name orders, where you have to provide the condition, where maybe customer name, okay, customer name is equal to, maybe I want to delete Maybe any record I can delete. What and all records we have? Okay, let's delete the Gauri. Okay, Gauri. In case, okay, I want to delete the record like this. I can just execute. Now, if you execute the same select query, you can see 4 records. You don't see 103 record. Okay, so in this way, you can able to use, delete, create, insert, okay, these kind of things and all we can use. These are all some basic things. Again, generally we don't delete the records, we don't insert the values, okay. Maybe we can create the objects that is like that too, because we don't know, right? We cannot again guess what is the data type and all, what columns we want and all. This will be designed by your developers. Okay, developers will design all these things. So they are going to give the logic. Sometimes mostly they are only going to create the tables. If not, they will give you the logic, okay, or they will give you the script to create the tables. So in case if anyone is giving you the script and all, always you have to open the script. You have to check whether the database name is mentioned or not in the database in the particular script, because it is very important. On which database, sometimes they'll simply give like this. If they didn't included the database name, you have to ask, or you have to ask them to modify the script to include the database name and all. Okay, so these things, very whenever you are executing a script, always remember on which database this particular script is executing. Or else sometimes developers also can do like this. Okay, different see, this is in general way you can use the database name by just selecting like this, by running this query. Or sometimes they will do like this also, select star from table name. This can be a different database, okay, it can be a Haldirams and all. Of course, when you run this statement, you will not get it, okay, you will get something like invalid object name, because in the Haldirams database we don't have this object. So some developers will write like this, guys. They will write select star from database name A to B, okay, dot schema name DBO dot orders. So even though you don't see use database name, don't worry. Just check the table name. If it is having 3 parts, then it is correct. No need to include. Okay. Now see here, it is Aldirams only, but I'll execute this statement. Okay. Parse it and then execute it. I'll still get the data. See, the database context is not changed, but I mentioned here. See, when you are referring your address, you will tell your street, your building name, your street name, street number, what is road number, area, and your particular city, state, country. You will tell like this, same address, right? In the same way, to pull the data from the table, you can also give the database name, in which database it is, dot the schema name. I told you, right? Schema is mandatory. Without schema, tables won't be existed logically. So you don't need to create any schema. SQL Server itself will create a default schema that is called DBO. If you see here, the database, the table name, DBO dot orders. This DBO, whatever the first portion, the first part, is your schema name. So sometimes in the organizations you can see different schemas. Generally we don't use DBO. Very rarely we'll use DBO schema. If it is a HR related tables, HR dot salaries, HR dot attendance, HR dot leaves, HR dot, okay, something like that, okay, any activities kind of thing. So you can see HR dot, if you see, okay, name dot another name, first name dot second name. The first name is your schema name always, and the second name is your object name, which is a table name. So in this way also you can able to, the developers will mention like this also. Some developers will mention like this also, okay, select star from your database name dot schema name, okay, dot schema name. See, if it is a default schema, no need to mention DBO. If it is some other schema and all, okay, you can mention the specific DBO, guys. I mean, sorry, you can mention the specific, what I can say, schema name. If it is a DBO schema, it's a default schema. In such scenarios, no need to mention, guys. No need to mention that DBO and all. You can simply see select star from database name dot. You have to give 2 dots. Dot. Okay, your particular table name, so that it is going to give you the particular output and all. So in this way you can able to pull the data. So some developers will start the script like this. Some developers they will include like this. Some developers they will include like this. So don't be surprised. These are all common. When you open the script, when you're executing the script, don't blindly go and execute, guys. Just check what is there inside that. Go through each and every line. So at least you'll get a basic idea what it is trying to do and all. So it's always good to just go through the script, what you are trying to execute and all. Before executing the script itself, you have to go through it. You have to try to understand what it is exactly doing. So sometimes depends on the developers and all. Different developers, they are going to use their own format and all. As I said, they will start with the database name. If they don't started, maybe in the table name they will include database name dot schema name dot table name. Sometimes it's a default schema, database name dot schema name, sorry, table name. So like that they are going to include, guys. This is how we can create the tables using query. Yes, Osama, please.
Yes, Shamukh, I would like to ask about your experience. Is it good for better to for DBA to understand and develop the scripts and to also like develop sometimes if the business needed, or it's not part of our domain at all?
See, one thing I'll tell you. Generally, there is a conflict on this area. Okay, people will tell you independent. More, the correct answer is it's not a DBS responsibility. That is a straightforward answer. But when you are working in multiple organizations, each organizations will have a set of rules. Maybe if they don't have a DBA, the developer has to take care of DBA responsibilities. Maybe if the developers are not writing proper scripts, the DBA has to take care and the DBA has to tune the scripts. Okay, the DBA has to suggest the developer, say, don't write like this, it will create a performance issues. So there is no specific, it's not a kind of a constitution. You can do this, you can do that. Depends upon the project. You know, right? IT. Okay, depends upon your role. If your role, your organization is demanding, it's good to have. Otherwise, 99% is generally these kind of things or T-SQL related things. Generally, no one will force you. Maybe somewhere, maybe one or two organizations. No, no, no. You should work on this as a DBA. You should know this. No, that is not correct. Okay, development we don't know because we have two separate streams. Developer is different. DBA is different. For sure, developer is different, DBA is different. But sometimes in your project, if there is no DBA, they might insist developers to learn DBA also. In your project, maybe if the developers are not maybe writing the scripts properly or logic properly, they may insist DBAs to learn this development also. So there is no specific criteria, but the majority will be, no one will ask you, you should know all these things and all. But basics you should know. These are like just basics. Like writing scripts, writing the logic, it's not our responsibility. First thing, if you are good, try to understand. If you are interested, try to understand what that script is doing, what that logic is doing, and then you can just learn the T-SQL. It's always good to have a skill, okay, in your hand.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah.
And modeling is also DBA's task.
Again, that depends, Sachin. We cannot say modeling is a DBS task. Modeling a junior DBA cannot do, right? Or else a 4 years or 5 years DBA cannot do. When you will get a complete picture on the modeling, when you worked on multiple projects, the best cases, you will get it. So a senior, okay, a senior kind of thing, 8 years, 10 years, they might ask you, but again, we'll have an architects and all. So developers also will be there to help you out on that modeling. So general DBA will not do any modeling. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is how we can create the objects, we can insert the values, we can filter the records, okay, using queries, guys. The same thing we can achieve using GUI also, okay. If I want to create the table using GUI, this time I'll create it in the Haldirams database, okay. Just expand the Haldirams and expand the tables, right click, new table. Okay, immediately it will give you like this. So column name, you can just give the column name. This time what I'll do, maybe in the Haldirams, okay. Haldiram, we have stores, right? Okay. Let's go with the stores table, okay. Column name, store ID, integer, okay. Data type, you see here how many data types are there. You can see here, see, these are all data types only. Okay, big int, binary, bit, char, date time, offset. Okay, you can see these are all the data types: decimal, float, geography, geometry. Okay, hierarchy, ID, image, integer, money, nchar, ntext, numeric, nvarchar max, real, small date time, small int, small money, SQL variant, text, time, timestamp, tiny int, unique identifier, var binary max, var max, xml. So these are all different, but we don't need to learn all these data. No one will ask you any questions. How many data types are there? Can you explain what var will do? What var binary will do? Good morning. Good morning, Chippa first. Thank you. Give me a minute, guys. Right. Mhm.
Are you speaking?
Yeah, okay. Fine, okay. So, right, okay. So, store ID generally we can just keep it as integer. Store name, or maybe we can say like this, location. Okay, maybe var of 100 or 50, whatever it is, you will get it. Suggestions and all, you will get the suggestions. Okay, and maybe sales. Okay, sales, right? Money, right? So we can just give money and all. So like this I'll create. So I can just click on save button. It will ask you the table name, or when you close it, it will ask you the table name generally. Okay, so just click on the save button. I'm going to give the table name as, maybe, what is this? Stores. Okay, stores, and then click OK. Now the table is created, guys. See, can you see the table here? Can you see the table here, guys?
No.
What I have to do
No.
to see the table?
Refresh.
Very good. Okay, so always refresh whatever you're doing. Okay, now you can see the table, right? Now I can insert some values here. Okay, using that also we can do using GUI only. That also we can do using GUI only. 1 minute, just 1 minute, 1 minute.
Thank you.
Welcome. Right. So how to insert the values? Right click, edit top 200 rows. In this way you can able to insert, edit top 200 rows, guys. Okay. So store ID, maybe I'll start with this one. Something like this. Okay. Location, something Bangalore. Sales, something like this. Okay. 3 lakhs. And second one, maybe Chennai, maybe 2 lakhs. And then third one, Hyderabad, and 5 lakhs. So like this I can just insert the values like that. How many values you want, you can just keep inserting and all. And then if you close it, automatically it will be closed, guys. Now if you want to see the data using GUI, you can use select query, but if you want to see using GUI, you can use this option, select top 1000 rows. But it itself is saying top 1000 rows, means you can see only 1000 rows. Up to 1000 rows you can see. If you have maybe 5000 rows, still with this option you can see only 1000 rows, or if you have 1 lakh rows also, still you can see, because that itself is saying top command. Okay, top 1000, top function you see here. Okay, and top of 1000 store ID location sales from your particular, see here, database name dot schema name table name. We don't provide this kind of optional brackets, so automatically SQL Server will give. So last time, without providing all these brackets itself, we just ran the queries. So in this way, you can able to do the same thing using GUI, guys. Using GUI. Nice. Clear, guys, how to create the tables and all using GUI query? Any
Yes.
questions, doubts so far? No, are we good? Okay, fine.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. Okay, guys. Good. So that is all about your this select, create, insert, okay, and your delete, count, all these things. Generally, we will use only these queries only. We don't use more than that. As a DBA, we will use only this up to this level only. We will use, guys. Okay, and again, no one will ask you to create the tables and also nothing to worry which data type I have to select, and also that is not your business. Mostly developers will create, or if they don't have enough permissions, they will give you the script. They might ask you to execute the script, so you just go through the script once and you can just execute the same thing, guys. Right. So now let me do one thing. I will stop this recording.